I just found a way to get unlimited Celestia's gifts in Fantasy Life I. Let's talk about that. But before that, if you do like this video and find it helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out and helps make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. So first, let's talk about what are Celestia's gifts. Well, Celestia's gifts are these blue flowers you can find around your island as soon as you're able to start customizing your island. They have two main purposes, the first of which is if you come right up here, which the game will teach you all this in the tutorial. You talk to the statue right here, and you will actually use your Celestia's gifts to revert strangelings. These are your villagers in this game. You have to have, at the beginning of the game, 100 Celestia per villager, and there are 49 strangelings to collect in the game, which means you need 49,000 Celestia at a maximum. That is a lot to get, and usually every day you only get about 100 to 150. The second purpose of it is if you come inside your guild and talk to Marco right here on the right,
Need something, eh?
you can actually use your Celestia's gifts for consumables. You have consumables right here. You also have some materials, this Eureka Essence. If you don't want to farm it, it's really easy to get right here just by purchasing it. You also have some objects, which you'll unlock a little bit later. A ton of recipes that all require Celestia's gifts, some of them requiring 690, which requires about 6 or 7 in-game days to get. That is a lot of time to spend trying to get it. And finally, some mystery boxes you can get. So all in all, you need a lot of Celestia's gifts in this game, and I'm here to tell you exactly how to get it. The first and most basic way to get Celestia's gifts is just to log in every single day. Every day, your island will be repopulated with these Celestia's gifts here. All you gotta do is run around and pick them up. You'll get about 4 per harvest, or if you want to, you can go ahead and go and do your Hagram mode. And you can actually just collect them all at one time by pressing LB or the corresponding button on your controller. And you will pick up every single Celestia gift on your island. Right there, I got 145. However, that is only one way to get them, and you can only do this once per day. There are actually 2 other ways that you might not know about that I'll explain right now. The second way to easily get Celestia's gifts is to play with friends. So I've actually joined some of my friends' islands here. You can see that's not my island. I have 2 more people in the group. You can see the layout's not even the same as what I just showed you, but they will also have Celestia's gifts on their islands. So you just walk up and you can go collect Celestia gifts from them as well. Unfortunately, you cannot access Hagram here, so you just have to kind of manually run around, but they will have just as many Celestia's gifts on their island as you do. So it's just a free way to get it. Again, you could probably only get maybe a max of 100 on every player's island. So make sure you're playing with your friends, playing online. There are tons of Celestia gifts for you to grab. And if you look there right underneath the map in the top right corner, you'll actually see the amount of Celestia's gifts you can collect in one day from your friends. So right there I have 58 out of 1,000 Celestia's gifts, and it just keeps going up. So just make sure you're playing online, and you can get tons of Celestia's gifts that way. And now, let's say you don't have any friends that are playing this game and you're playing by yourself. Well, that can't stop you from getting Celestia's gifts online. All you have to do is head into your guild, go all the way to the back room, all the way back here. You just keep running straight. And then you can run over to Colm, talk to him, and he'll be like, hey, what can I do for you? You're going to do online play. You can hit yes to begin your searching. You do have to have online features for this, but you have to be able to be connected to online anyways to play this game. All you got to do is hit head out. You can do auto search right here. And you will basically see a list of people that are currently playing where their game is joinable. So we'll just say, oh, I'm looking for a Treasure Grove one, so we'll go ahead and join this person's island. This is a random person. I do not know who they are. I don't even know who I'm joining. So we'll just see if we can go ahead and hop in here. We'll just have to wait for a few seconds while we go through this quick loading screen. And just like that, I'm in another player's island. Not even my friends. These are completely random people, so you do not have to have friends to do this. And you can see, again in the top right corner, I still have 62 out of 1,000 Celestia's gifts collected. So I just run around, pick up all this person's Celestia's gifts. This is not hurting them in any way. This is my own instance of Celestia's gifts, so do not worry about picking them up for your friends or these random strangers because you are still getting them. And just like that, without even collecting all of them, just from 2 islands, I have 117 Celestia's gifts. So that is the second way to quickly get them. There is, however, one more way to do this. The third and final way to naturally get Celestia's gifts is actually through these strangeling chests. So sometimes when you defeat a boss or a stronger enemy, basically anything with a crown, so mimics, caratellas, anything like that, even the powerful rocks, anytime you defeat them, there's a chance they drop one of these chests. If it is a repeat of a strangeling you already have, it will automatically be converted into the Celestia's Gifts. Let's see if this is a new one or not, because I don't know. There you go. That was one I already had. So right there, we get 4 Celestia's Gifts for free. So those are all 3 ways to naturally get Celestia's Gifts. So how do you get them really quick then? So the way you can get Celestia's Gifts almost immediately is through time manipulation. If you've played other games like Animal Crossing, you know exactly how this works. Basically, you're going to change your system's clock 24 hours in advance. On PC, this is very, very easy. All you have to do is go into your settings and change the day to the next day. On Switch, it's the exact same way, and by the time this video's out, the Switch 2 will be coming out here very soon, so I believe it'll also probably work the same for that. When it comes to PS5, I don't actually know. Most things for PS5, time manipulation does not work. However, I have found a way on console to do this. Again, this is applicable to every single console. So, what you're going to want to do first is make sure you've collected all your Celestia's Gifts. You can see here, there are no Celestia's Gifts to be collected. My island is completely out of them. So I'll go ahead and exit the Hagrum build mode. Then I'm going to go ahead and make a save. You want to make sure you save every time here. Went ahead and made my save. You can see there I have 1673 Celestia's Gifts. Again, this works on PC, this works on Switch, and this does work on Xbox. I will just be demonstrating how to do it on Xbox. All you have to do, go ahead, close out of your game. You just hard close out of the game. Then you're going to want to go over to your settings, go down to time, and you want to change this time zone all the way up to the International Dateline West. Once you've changed it, you'll see it's now 1:54 p.m. We're going to go ahead and launch back into our game. I want to make sure this entire thing's uncut so you know there's no funny business going on. We're getting straight into it. And you can see exactly how long this takes. Autosave, crossplay message. Click A, and then just continue. So that was step 1. You can see there are still no new Celestia's Gifts on my island. I would have seen them already by now. I promise you, if I go to Hagrum build mode, there's no Celestia's Gifts to be collected yet. Again, that is step 1. 24 hours have to pass, and technically, we just went back in time. So now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to save our game again. Remember, saving is very important every time. You need the game to recognize what time it is. You can see there, the game thinks it is 13:55, which is 1:55. Now, we're going to go ahead and quit the game again. Go back over to settings, go down to time, and this time, we're going to go all the way to the bottom of the list. I'm holding RT just to get to the bottom. We're now doing UTC plus 1400s, the Kiritimati Island. Go ahead and press A. Now it is 3:55 p.m. on the next day, Wednesday, May 28th. That is 2 hours and an entire day past the time we just had. So 26 hours later. We'll go ahead and launch into it. Again, I want to keep everything rolling here so that way you don't see any cuts happening. Just straight into it. We'll see the level 5. We can just click A real quick through this. And you should be in the exact same spot you just put that save down. However, this time, you can see we have Celestia Gifts on the island. Go ahead and collect them. $162 Celestia's Gifts. You could also, if you wanted to at this point, go back to your friends' islands, get 1,000 more. However, this is a much, much quicker method. You can see now we have 1835 Celestia's Gifts. We're going to go ahead and save again. And this is where we start getting really, really fast. Go ahead and quit. You're going to go back to your settings. You're going to go back to time. And this time, when you go all the way back up to the International Dateline West, you'll be at 1:57 on the previous day, which means negative 1 day and 2 hours has happened. You can go ahead and launch back in. You see the level 5. You see the Unreal Engine. Cry where. Just start clicking A to get through this as quick as possible. And we're right back in it. And yes, Celestia's gifts have again respawned. You now have an infinite loop of Celestia's gifts. We get 178 more Celestia's gifts. We should now be over 2,000 Celestia's gifts. And then I just save again. This is very, very, very fast. You can get about 170 Celestia's gifts every minute, but I will show you exactly how long this takes. So I've gone ahead and I've opened a speedrun clock. You can see it right there in the top right corner. This is just to see exactly how long this takes. So let's go ahead and see how long this entire process takes. We'll start the time now. We just close out. System time. Hold the right trigger to get all the way to the bottom. Close out. Go back into our game. We're already back in it, so it's been 30 seconds. And we will go through the entire process. So go ahead, suck up all the Celestia's gifts. We got 177 from that batch. Go ahead and exit Hagram mode. Go into the menu and save. And that is the entire process. That is about 170 Celestia's gifts in 1 minute and 3 seconds. And again, I do want to say I am doing all this on Xbox. However, this is doable on both the Switch and the PC. I'll quickly show you guys how to change your times on those systems, just in case you don't know. But again, I don't have the game on those systems, so let me just show you real quick. Okay, so we're right here on my desktop. Again, I don't have the game here, but let's just assume I just closed out of my game, and now I'm on the home screen of, like we did with the Xbox. What we're going to do is click on our calendar, click these dots right here, adjust date and time. Alternatively, in your settings, you can just do date and time settings and click on that. It'll pull this menu up right here. You're just going to turn off set time automatically, and then set the date and time manually. And all you need to do is go to the next day. I always prefer to change the hours a little bit too. So like, let's say 11 p.m., or you can just do a 2-day skip. That'll work just as well. And you can see there, our date and time has officially changed on our PC, which means, just like every other game that uses time manipulation, if you're playing on PC, this is how you do it. All right, so we're right here on the Switch. Again, I do not own this game on the Switch, but if we go over here, I do have Animal Crossing on the Switch, so I've done this tons of times right there. I've done it on that game. So all you have to do, again, close out of your game, come down here into System Settings, go all the way to your System Settings here. You just go look for date and time. Once you're on the System Settings, date and time, you click on it. You just want to make sure you turn off synchronizing your clock via internet, so that way it doesn't automatically change. You click date and time, and all you have to do, same way, just go ahead and go a day in advance. I like to do an hour or two, or just go 2 days in advance, hit OK, and then you can launch back into your game. Just like every other time manipulation game that exists on the Switch, that is all you have to do to progress to the next day. And that is how you perform the time manipulation on all 3 consoles. This is the quickest and easiest way I found to get Celestia's gifts. Remember, you need a maximum of 49,000 gifts in order to get every single changeling, as well as a ton more gifts just to get all of the recipes that Marco sells. The only one I don't know about is PS5. If you do have a PS5 and try this out, let me know in the comments if it works. I'd love for everybody to be able to try this out. This is the final warning though. As far as I know, there are no repercussions for this, but just bear in mind if something does happen later down the road, this is your one warning. Only do it if you really wish to break the game. And so guys, if you did find this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out and helps make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. I'll see you all in the next one.